Founded by volunteers led by Mario Ottoboni in São José dos Campos, the Association for the Protection and Assistance of Convicts, APAC, was recognized as a collaborating entity with the judiciary as early as the 1970s. In 1984, the federal penal enforcement law gave APAC legal backing to work in cooperation with the state on penal enforcement activities.
In the Minas Gerais town of Itaúna, the judiciary and the public prosecutor's office allowed APAC to run a prison unit in the 1980s. The good results consolidate the APAC method as a viable alternative, which takes into account human rights, compliance with discipline, rights and duties, as well as providing protection for society through the effective resocialization of people deprived of their liberty.
To encourage the creation of new APACs in Minas Gerais, the Court of Justice created in 2004 the project New Directions in Penal Execution, which in 2011 was consolidated as a program.
Before the program, there were some isolated initiatives by some judges trying to implement APACs in their communities. The Court of Justice, upon learning about this good practice, decided to embrace this idea, protect judges, and implement this good news as a policy within the judiciary. At that time, although there was a lot of resistance, we're talking about 2004 with a lot of resistance, with a lot of doubts, we supported the state government a lot, as secretary, then governor, vice governor, and governor. How did the state support it? The state supported them by building the units and making agreements to help with the costs. Let APAC have its birthplace in society.
The example of Minas Gerais inspired new experiences in other states, which gradually began to recognize APAC as a public policy for the humanization of serving sentences.
Directly or indirectly through the APACs, it has been translated into a model, which is the big issue. Prisons that are maintained 100% by the state are 3 times more expensive, but they end up seeing APAC as a model. So APAC is even spreading to the traditional model a different way of looking at and treating prisoners. If you have an alternative like APAC, where you spend little, where you have a high rate of resocialization, then this really is an extremely viable public policy for the Brazilian prison system and worldwide too.
The Public Defender published Resolution 169/2021, in which the Public Defender's Office takes on the institutional mission of being a supporter of the APAC methodology.
The Public Prosecutor's Office, the judiciary, the executive, and now, above all, the legislative can evolve so that the method is expanded and brought to Brazil. Something within the process of civilization, the height of the great nations.
In recent years, with the recognition of the National Penitentiary Department, DPEN, the body responsible for monitoring the application of criminal enforcement rules in Brazil, APAC has gained new prospects for expansion.
It is natural for this expansion to happen. I believe that this number will increase, yes, in a very significant way, but in the way it is being implemented gradually, with people getting to know it, to precisely maintain and increase the trust that the APAC method has.
As the APC model expands, new challenges arise, especially those related to the integrity of the methodology from a public policy perspective.
Today, there are 800,000 prisoners in this country. We want to grow to reverse this order, and it will only be reversed when we believe in public policy. APACs only work when they come from the bottom up, when the community gets involved, when the inmates themselves get involved, and when the inmates' families get involved. Little by little, you train those individuals who are going to take care of it. Because society in general wants prisoners to be confined, wants them to be kept behind bars, let's put it that way, right? And the APAC project is an innovative project because you trust the prisoner extremely. So society needs to be made aware of this, that this process exists, that this process is safe, that this process is reliable, and that's why we need to expand APAC.
Today, FBAC, the Brazilian Fraternity of Assistance to Convicts, monitors more than 60 APACs in operation, which serve more than 6,000 convicts in 7 Brazilian states. The methodology is also present in 12 other countries.
The system has the full support of our government. We believe that no one is beyond recovery. Proof of this are the good results of social reintegration and the low rates of criminal recidivism presented by the APAC method.
At a national level, all the units that are in operation achieve the same level of results because there is the FBAC that monitors, guides, and coordinates these results. It's essential that any project to expand APACs has the whole project in mind, with FBAC as the sponsor.
Alongside FBAC, the International Center for the Study of the APAC Method, CIEMA, was created to accompany the APACs in implementation, train teams, produce knowledge, and support the people who study and research the methodology.
To the exact extent that the APAC method becomes better known, and to the exact extent that it is assimilated and adopted by bodies, especially executive and judicial bodies, we will increasingly perpetuate the application of the methodology and ensure that it endures over time, despite changes in government agents.